Meeting you where you are. The meaning behind the slogan is that we meet the community where they are on their journey towards holistic health, a plant-based lifestyle, and veganism, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. We do this through people, food, events, and culture. Our 6 pillars are birth, eating, education, empowerment, enlightenment, and events. We are Black Veg Society.
Nice.
Peace and blessing, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Naijha Speaks. Please let me help you find your vegan soul through food, people, events, and culture. And I couldn't talk enough about culture without bringing my close friend and founder of Black VegFest on, Omowale Adewale of Liberation Farm in upstate New York. What's going on, Omowale? You're on mute.
Okay. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's great to be here, Naijha. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, sharing space, for your fellow vegans organizers.
It's festival planning season, and I know it's the beginning of the year, and if you don't get started early, then you're just going to be late. But I wanted to start with this. Have you read about the new dietary guidelines, this new food pyramid that replaces the My Plate?
Well, I saw it a little bit, and definitely heard about it. And I see, the meat, at the top, and it's very important to really discuss this because let me tell you, and it's all focused around, agriculture. This is always going to be about economics. People just, need to really recognize and acknowledge, economics. Anytime, I guess we utter in anything, everything is, economics, everything is political. And so the same thing with our food. It's essentially how we are able to, continue to, feed workers. And so it's important for folks to recognize that they're feeding, workers, but also, meat's down, but especially like, dairy is, it's also down. And so, dairy is up, well, dairy is a, a huge focus or up on in terms of this, new pyramid, and the interesting thing is USDA, says that they want people to return back to whole foods, and really, really key, and whole milk. Excuse me.
Whole
This
milk. That was
administration
about
is
to say,
really
wait a minute, where's that news at?
right. Right. We could only hope and dream. So that's our work. But they really want people to return back to whole milk, and people remember previous administration during Obama administration, that was really trying to get people to skim milk, 2%, 1%, that's not going to really do much. And because if people really understood like the economics and the politics and the food, and if I can give you a clear understanding, well, first off, they're looking at dairy is, and I've said it a million times, I'll say it a billion times more, is it's 99% white, meaning it's produced by by white folks. So as soon as it got here, as soon as dairy got here, they figured out a way to mandate dairy in schools. Like dairy is the number one thing. After you got a tray, you getting milk carton on it. And so that's all.
A law just passed last Friday that schools have to offer soy milk now, and without the doctor's note. So I don't know if you know that work that the Plant Power School Meals Coalition, which Black Veg Society is a founder of, now it is law. Schools have to offer the plant-based option, and right now it's soy milk.
right? Which is huge for our community. All of it is going to tie into the politics and the economics, and so they also at the very same time, like, how is that going to happen within New York City? Now, that's something that, our organization, Black VegFest, has supported grassroots artist movement, which actually brings the project Black VegFest, to fruition. And it's important for folks to, really support that. But pretty much every single piece of agriculture is something that is has a price tag on it, but it also means land. You know, and so the
What
key thing,
does that mean when you say it also means land? Because we know we're working in a capitalist society. What does that mean?
right? So in order to have to be in agriculture, you have to have access to land, whether you own it or you're renting it. Any case, but especially you want to own it, right? So if you have that particular type of land and it's in your possession, well, then you can continuously make money off of it. Think about agriculture and mining. Everything that you wear, everything that you consume, every single thing that we produce is like it comes off of agriculture or mining. After it comes, it's raw materials. So agriculture is something that can continuously be able to produce. They're saying that they want meat and dairy to be at the top. Why is that? So when they finish, taking the land here and utilizing the land, in the US, in Americas, they want to make sure they able to, go to Brazil, put, to own land there, so they can put, agriculture, on that ground. And they're doing that with Brazil. We know that there's communities there who are fighting back, indigenous communities. But this is a phenomenon that's happening around the world. So think about it in terms of military, right? How U.S. puts bases all around. How was it
Right,
able to get to Venezuela? It was
right,
able to have a base at Trinidad. Trinidad, did something really, really ignorant, you
right,
know.
right.
Um, and so they can be really, close and be able to monitor there because they have these bases all around the world. Only the U.S. does this in this magnitude, and it's
Well,
very similar to
someone
Nazi
hit up
Germany.
on a post the other day that talked about it starts with the mercenaries, then it becomes merchants, and then it becomes military. So I thought that was very interesting. The
Mm,
mercenaries come in, and then they change the mind of the people, and then you have the merchants that come in.
missionaries,
The
right? The
missionary, I'm
missionaries,
sorry, the
right?
missionaries, and then the merchants come in, and then the military comes in. And
Right.
I never, and I was like, I gotta research that because that's a strategy. It's a strategy
Now, I
that
mean, it's very true. It's very true. It might not happen exactly like that, right? When the Columbus, first came, to what he thought was, India, and he basically went to the West Indies, the Caribbean. When he came, right, and essentially, you know, uh, it didn't take long for the guns to come out. So I want to point that out. But they realized, okay, because we were a particular people, and I want to be short on this because I'm not going to be too long.
yeah, no, because
um,
you said you gotta go, and then see, I knew
but
this
look,
was gonna happen. I want to
I'm
know
dropping
how we
right in
gonna
there.
get
You
the
know what I
people.
mean?
But this isn't the right guidelines. We need to get the people educated that heart disease and stroke are still the number one killer, and it is because of diet. And how is it that our festivals like Black Veg Fest are going to teach people that this is not the way? This picture is not the way.
Right. So basically, taking people's line. I won't go too deep. I won't go into it. Really.
I know I love
Um,
Omowale. He
we
gonna teach
essentially
you. He need 2 hours on
we
the show.
we we gonna have to actually be able to control our resources at the same time. In a nutshell, we got to control our resources, not have communities tell us how we are going to, educate our community, build and sustain our community. And so, Black Veg Fest essentially, uh, the way we operate is listening to our community and constantly, developing and working in the same sense of our community. When we think about Black Veg Fest, right? When we think about veganism, we're educating who? We're educating these consumers. We're educating who? People, persons. We're not educating animals. We don't need to educate animals, right? We're educating humans. So we have to have the best practices, the best, skill sets. And when we make mistakes, we come back, to the center and figure out, what's not working. Black Veg Fest has grown, and last year, our eighth, festival was phenomenal. And huge thanks to our entire team, definitely Francis Pena, who runs grassroots artist movement, our entire board, can't name everybody, but our team is incredibly skilled, but also just because we live in community and we have compassion, for our community. So we have Black Veg Fest to make sure we don't necessarily have to. No, people don't would have to actually listen to this upside down pyramid, right? But we know, better for our community because we live in our community, and so that's very key and very helpful. So Black Veg Fest, continues to get volunteers from our community, vendors from within our community, and also the speakers and the educators. They come from our community. Black Veg Fest is always the second Saturday. And well, I'm saying it's always, but generally it's the second Saturday in August. Last year was the only difference because so much was changing, but it's going to be August 8th this year. August 8th. So in advance, definitely, lock that in. You're going to Lincoln Terrace Park in Brooklyn. It is going to be, incredible. It's going to be 12 to 7, and it's going to be incredible experience. There are a lot of surprises that's also going to be coming underway, and we constantly have to deal with the economics and the politics of this particular administration, and so that's just in important, and something that we recognize. The 12 billion that came down for farmers, it wasn't going to Black farmers. Folks, if probably, I mean, if they should do some more research on our farm, Liberation Farm. We actually have garlic growing right now. People know how garlic grows, and that anybody who's grows garlic is growing garlic now. You put it in the ground in the fall, and then you don't do anything to it. You don't have to touch it. You have to do anything. Let nature do its job. As one of the crops that you basically will just be able to have fruit at the end without doing incredible amounts of labor. And we had community help us in putting the garlic in, and then we helped the community learn how to be able to replicate this in their own neighborhoods. And so yeah, I'm all throughout, within food, writing on, whether I'm writing on food, talking about food, but also organizing and farming is as well. And I hope, Naja, in the future, that I do the work that y'all are doing, Landed Kush, and be able to get some prepared foods to community too, because I love that.
We got to talk about that because this pyramid, we got to show people it's still about that whole food, plant based, and you can get your protein and all of that stuff from food from the ground. It doesn't have to be overindulgent in red meat and milk, which our people are lactose intolerant from it, and then it's not for us, and it's not for our bodies. We shouldn't be consuming it. What's the call to action, Omowale, before you go? Are you taking calls for vendors right now? Do you want to tell anything to vendors right now about the Black Veg Fest?
Well, actually, for Black History Month, we will be doing, a vendor sale. So that is coming. That is coming. We don't have any specifics, on that right now, but we're going to be looking for volunteers. That's going to, come as well. At Black History Month is next month. And so, we're trying to show community how we're supposed to respond at a time right now.
Yes.
How do we respond, at a time, right now? So, super, happy, glad that you're doing this work. Definitely want to give big ups to you, also the Federation of Vegan Festivals as well, doing great work. And so, yeah,
I'm trying to work it. It's just me. So,
right,
folks,
right.
follow Black Veg Fest. Follow Black Veg Society. Follow Naijha Speaks. We're going to be giving you all the information of what's happening with the Federation of Vegan Festivals and festivals that are coming down the pike this year. Third annual Children's Veg Fest is scheduled for late August. So we in Black August too. So we working on
Nice.
that. There's more to come. So keep following us. Omowale, how can they connect with you directly, or how should they be best reaching out to you and your organization?
Oh yeah. So best way to get in touch with me in regards to Black Veg Fest is to reach me Omowale at GameNYC.org. The best way to get in touch with me, for if you looking at farming, or me in terms of my work, um Liberation Farm 9 as a number 9 at gmail.com.
I love it. Get the Omowale is so busy. Like, we appreciate you taking the time to come out and talk to us. And more, you'll see more of him as the events, and Francis and the rest of the team as the events start rolling out. So stay blessed. Hope the snow doesn't hit you too hard, because I know it's coming. So tell
Yeah,
Nadia,
appreciate
the queen, to stay blessed,
that.
and we love you all up there. Keep doing the work, the real work that needs to be done. All right.
Thank
Have a blessed one. Folks, we're
you.
talking about the dietary guidelines here, and it's not looking good, especially because we know heart disease and stroke are still the main killers, especially in the Black and brown communities. So don't believe the hype. And I think I posted that the other day. Don't believe the hype. Eating like that is going to kill you. You still want to have your whole food plant-based meals. I love the vegetables are on there. I'm an avocado fan. Love the avocado. Not sure why whole grains are all the way at the bottom. Look, beans are protein. Okay, you got grains like quinoa that's full of protein. Healthy fats, really. Okay, look, if you haven't heard, you can now ask for soy milk at your school. It became law on last Friday. I spent 3 days on the Hill. That law was already put out. Let me see if I can bring the Instagram up from the Plant Power School Meals Coalition, where Black Veg Society is a founding member. So you can ask for soy milk. Your child does not have to consume cow's milk, and you do not need a doctor's note. So that is a huge win. We've been working like 7 years on this. Plant Power School Meals. You go to Plant Power School Meals, you can find out all about how to join the movement, because it is a movement. It is a movement. Let me bring that ticker down so you can we have a Plant Power School Meals Pilot Act. HR 5867 is the bill. please text future to 30373 or visit plantpowerschoolmeals.com to find out more about joining the movement. If you want more plant-powered school meals in your child's K through 12 school, please text 3073. We need to pass this pilot act. It will give grants to schools so they can pay for this food. Right now, meats and dairy, all the unhealthy stuff is subsidized. And that's why schools can afford to have it. But we need subsidies for the healthy foods. Okay. Our young children are developing health ailments at a young age. This should not be. Why is this happening? It's because of the diet. So we have to do what we can to save our children because they are the future. You can go to plantpowerschoolmeals.com for more information on that, or text future to 30373 right there on the ticker. Let me just share with you again on that site. Very, very important information. Join the movement. You must. Okay, so here is the Plant Power School Meals Instagram page. Yes, there we have it. Okay, there we have it. Let me scroll through that. Yes. Here's something that happened down there. Very important.
I know it can be very, very tempting to tune out Congress, but this is something worth paying attention to. Lawmakers and their staff just gathered to spotlight the Plant-Powered School Meals Pilot Act, which is a piece of legislation that would help schools serve more nourishing plant-based meals to their students. The event brought the idea to life by serving a real plant-based school lunch right on Capitol Hill. While enjoying the food, attendees got to hear from the bill's sponsors about the importance of providing students with the nourishment they need to be successful in the classroom and beyond. We also heard from people closest to the issue, including a high school student who shared what these meals would mean to her, and then also a food service professional explaining what it would take to make these meals work in real schools. Events like this help raise awareness, but progress doesn't happen without public support. You can help by sharing this post and by reaching out to your elected officials. More info in the caption. I know it can be very tempting to tune out Congress.
All right, so there you have it. Follow Plant Power School Meals on Instagram, or go to plantpowerschoolmeals.com to find out more on how you can join the movement. This is a movement. We're trying to get more plant-powered school meals in K through 12 schools. We have another guest, hopefully, that's coming. Where's the festival at? Okay, I'm looking at Instagram now. Sorry, y'all, because I was all in. The festival at the Black VegFest is in Brooklyn. If you go to Black VegFest, you can find out information there. You go to Black VegFest for the information for that festival, and just follow Black Veg Society. We'll be sharing out more information on that. So that was Omowale Adewale, founder of Black VegFest and co-founder of Liberation Farm up in New York State. They are growing food on acres of land in New York State. Children's Veg Fest will give you more details on that as the details roll out. We are working on the third annual in partnership with the Y in Waverly, the Weinberg Y in Waverly, and we're looking at a late August date as well. We're talking about late. So more information on that. Look, March is coming. We have the Maryland Vegan Restaurant Week coming up. You'll be hearing more information on that and tons of other projects that we're working on at Black Veg Society. So please follow Black Veg Society. Follow me at Naijha Speaks. I'm so glad and blessed to have this platform to connect with you all. And today is Thursday, so every Thursday from now until whenever we stop, if you donate $25 to blackvegsociety.org, so if you go to blackvegsociety.org, click donate and contribute a minimum, give a gift of love. We call it a love offering, a gift of love, a minimum of $25. We will send you one of our signature pins and a vegan t-shirt. So again, go to blackvegsociety.org, click on donate. Minimum $25 donation gives you a signature pin from Black Veg Society and a vegan or veganist t-shirt. I will connect with you directly to find out which t-shirt and what size you need. So again, that you got to do that today on Thursday. You can't do it tomorrow. You have to do it today while you're watching Naijha Speaks. So go to Naijha Speaks, go to blackvegsociety.org, click donate, minimum $25, and we'll reach out to find out your t-shirt size and what t-shirt you like, and we'll get that out to you right away. Well, my guest, I'm still waiting for my guest to come on. What else can I talk about? Let's see what we have here. Any questions or any concerns that anyone may have about the dietary guidelines? Let me put that picture up. Are you surprised? Are you concerned? Are you or just, you knew it was coming? I can tell you, I became vegan because of overconsumption of eggs and the cholesterol. So cholesterol is like 70% of egg, which is why some people resort to consuming egg whites to remove the cholesterol. So, but I can just tell you, plants don't have cholesterol, so you don't have to worry about cholesterol when you're consuming plants. And as far as the protein is concerned, protein is in everything we consume, but your heavy hitters, definitely the tofu or the tempeh or edamame or beans, legumes, the grains, like I said, with quinoa. We're definitely gonna have to bring a guest on soon to talk about this new dietary guidelines and how do we combat this, because PCRM, Physicians Committee of the Responsible Medicine, came up with the best my plate. Like, they couldn't do a better job with their plate. Basically, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, beans, legumes, grains. I don't know, y'all. Well, let me know what you think in the comments about the school food, the new dietary guidelines. Please like, subscribe to Naijha Speaks. And until next Thursday, please be well, stay blessed. And if your area is supposed to be hit with the snow, stock up as much as you can. And until then, peace.
Meeting you where you are. The meaning behind the slogan is that we meet the community where they are. On their journey towards holistic health, a plant-based lifestyle, and veganism, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. We do this through people, food, events, and culture. Our 6 pillars are earth, eating, education, empowerment, enlightenment, and events. We are Black Veg Society.